Kingz to the city, man.
Yes, sir.
Episode 17, man. Hey, and we brought y'all some more motivation, inspiration, and elevation.
For the next generation. Tap in, man. You already know Kingz to the city, man. Welcome to another episode, man. Like we say, #1 podcast in Myrtle Beach, man. We lit, we live, man. We turning this thing up, man. Gonna turn it up a little notch. It's getting hot outside.
Yeah.
It's getting hot outside, so we got to turn this thing up a little bit.
Spring is arising.
Yes,
and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We thankful for all the subscribers and all the viewers.
Yeah, man.
#1 podcast in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, man. Keep tapping in, man. We, you know what I'm saying? We trying to turn this thing up, man. You know, just giving back to the community, man, and just giving everybody a voice, man. You know, just being able to, you know, do our part.
And we steady thriving, and we on Progression Boulevard with it.
Always.
So, man, before we kick off episode 17, man, we're gonna kick it off with the announcements. Special shout out to Evans Exotic Promotion. March 17th was the all white party. If you wasn't there, if you ain't see about it, man, you had to hear about it. You already heard about it.
I'm trying to tell you, man,
you know
missed it.
It was a great event. All black kings and queens dressed up in all white. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was flossing and big bossing that night. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a night to remember and a night, if you wasn't there, to relive. You get what I'm saying?
Y'all show it out now.
Yeah. Hey, if you weren't there, man, you missed a good event.
I seen all the, man, y'all showed up and showed. Y'all put on for this. Hey, what is it? Evans Exotic Promotion? Y'all showed up and showed out.
Man.
Hey, man, I'm telling you got to step, man. And if you miss this one, you don't want to miss the next one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, we all going up, man. It's all a part of YBBO, Evans Exotics, Kingz to the City. We all a part of one big branch, and that's called YBBO. You can start seeing that, start sprinkling around, too. That's young black business owners, YBBO. We all a part of that. But, you know
we
what I'm
all
saying?
young, we all black, and we business owners, and we got the entrepreneurial spirit.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying? Also, Evans Exotics also be on the lookout for another ride out, guns down, bikes up. Be on the lookout for another.
And I think that's preparation is it's a preparation event too.
Preparation detailing.
Yeah, preparation detailing and Evans Exotic.
Shout out Alvin Johnson. For
sure. So that's them boys kind of collabing and doing their thing on that. So, you know, I always got to, you know, show love to, you know, the people that founded it and you know, the ones that actually putting it together. So, for sure, it's a great collab.
That's awesome.
And I know I said it last week. I know I said it the week before and last month. But merch on the way.
It's coming. It's coming, man. Stay tuned, man.
Yeah, man. Like Lil Wayne say, sorry for the wait.
For real, man. For real, for sure, man. Hey, we're going to have it too, man. So, y'all definitely stay tuned. We're going to have the tank top, everything. So,
I can't do no tank top, but hey, I'm going to cut my neck out of mine. I'm going to have it tied up in the back. I'm ready.
All right.
Hey, as long as
you say, hoochie mama.
I'm
No, I'm joking. I'm playing.
I just playing. I'm
playing with you.
That's what I would be. No, baby, we ain't doing. Hey, but I'm gonna represent. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna represent. I'm gonna support. So when y'all get that, y'all better let the Rowdy Foundation know so we can support y'all like y'all been supporting us.
Nah, we got you for sure. 1,000%.
Hey, man. With that being said, man, we're gonna start out episode 17. Man, we got a big special guest, man.
A very, very, very special guest, man.
Entrepreneur, philanthropist, advocate.
I mean, you name it, man. Everything, man. Godmama. You know that?
Yeah, I ain't know that.
That's my godmama right there, man.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Okay, man. Let's bring it up. Let's go ahead. Yeah, man. Y'all bring it on for man. Shauna Shonuff.
Yes, sir. Mama Shonuff.
In the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, y'all quiet down, man.
Autographs at the end, man. Keep all your autographs and all your signatures at the end, man.
At the end, baby.
Yeah, man. So, how you doing, man? How you doing?
Hey.
How you living?
Blessed. I mean, that's the only way I can put it. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Hey, that's good to hear. I'm glad you was able to make it and come here and show some love.
Man, I thank y'all for. Hey, I done made it to the top. Now, y'all. Hey, I'm on Kingz to the City. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Like, I love this, the whole vibe, the whole black entrepreneurship, the advancement of the community, just watching our kids look up to y'all.
For sure.
Like, this is what it's about.
Yes.
This greatness and black greatness. So this is what it's definitely about. And I'm honored to be here.
That's dope, man. And
honored to have you.
Definitely honored to have you. And one of our biggest things is when we first started this podcast, we're just trying to change the narrative. Just giving, an outlook and a different outcome, for a lot of our youth. We seen a lot of our youth going a different way, so just being able to come, like you say, just when you come here, you seen Steph, he in there, I'm streaming, I'm an editor. We got just all different young people just being around, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather come in here and seeing you say, hey, what I got to do with this camera, than you in here asking about the wrong thing, you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
That was kind of, just like you say, just doing our part. Everybody got their part.
I love it.
Yeah, we on this progressive movement and just trying to preach forward thinking. Trying to move forward. Don't be a Trojan horse. Don't keep going the same way. Just find something to try to change the course. Right. You know what I'm saying? We just preaching to the youth, to the community, to the area, just to be you. Love yourself, be yourself, trust yourself.
Absolutely.
Everything else gonna take care of itself.
Absolutely.
Because our story is already written.
Our story's already written. We just walking through the path.
That's it.
For real.
That is it.
So,
and don't be scared to be you.
Right.
Who you trying to impress?
Right.
That's my whole thing. Just because somebody does it this way doesn't mean that you have to do it the same way. Y'all can get to the same exact point.
Right.
You can y'all can get the same exact end result and do it 2 or 3 totally different ways.
More than one way to skin a cat.
Okay.
Yep. More than
so that's what these kids have to know. You don't have to be stuck in a box. You don't have to look like this person. You don't have to act like that person. You don't have to talk like that person to get the same result.
Right. That's dope.
Individuality.
That's dope. That's great advice, man. That's great advice. And be yourself.
Preaching innovation. Because was it Thomas Edison? The way it's projected in history as far as he made the light bulb. Well, it was somebody who made the light bulb. He just innovated and made it burn longer. So somebody already made it.
Yeah.
But he just innovated it, and we just need to preach innovation instead of being like you know what I'm saying? You're the first one, but that we can't come together and do something and make something big, or I could take this idea and do it a better way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So for our Kingz to the City viewers, our Kingz to the City subscribers that don't know who Mama Shauna, Mama Shonuff is, Shauna Shonuff is, let our viewers know who is Miss Shonuff.
Well, Miss Shonuff is the owner of the Beauty Boutique, and I am also the executive director of the Riley Foundation for Sickle Cell Disease. And anyone that really knows me knows why we started the organization, because my son was born with sickle cell disease. We found out when he was 5 months old. It's been a fighting battle ever since, but God is still good.
All the time.
He's made provisions, he's made ways, and now it's our time to give back to other families that are affected by the same illness. So I'm a stylist by day, advocate mom, and sickle cell advocate day and night.
Okay.
So I'm always doing something. I'm involved in something all the time.
Busy.
Yeah.
Staying busy,
very
man.
much.
Yeah,
very much
that's
so.
good.
For sure. So kind of, I'm gonna touch on your your first business. I want to touch on that first, and then I'm gonna go into so we'll go into as far as your foundation. So what kind of got you into becoming an entrepreneurship and what I'm saying, taking your own path and because that's what we preach on this on our platform is entrepreneurship. Do your thing, especially like if you don't try it now, when are you gonna try it? Right. You know what I'm saying? There's never gonna be a right time. So kind of explain like what kind of really directed you into becoming an entrepreneur and kind of taking that journey.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I was scared. I really was. For many years, I owned a salon and I worked in the salon, but I always had another full-time job. Always. Okay. Because I was scared to really
depend.
I'm a procrastinator, for one. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was just like, now you going to get out here and open a business, or you better have something to back you up, because sometimes you might want to go to work, sometimes you might not. You're going to need something to back you up in the salon to help pay these bills. Right. But I had got to the point about 4 years ago where I was like, I'm done working for other people. Right. God has given me some things, like if it wasn't, it ain't nothing but the Lord to really, I'm going to be honest with you. When he puts something in you, it's in you. Right. And when he has a direction for your path, if you don't go with it, your life ain't never going to be right. Never. Yeah, I don't care what you try to do. That's right. So unless you're tuned in with and synced in with God and know exactly what you're here for, and it can constantly change. It's not going to have to be the same thing every day. when I went into the school system to work, God had already told me I was going to be there for a short amount of time because I was going to come back and advocate for people that look like us.
Wow.
So I knew when I went there, I wasn't going to be there long. But when I got there, I stayed too long. I got complacent.
Can't get too comfortable.
I got too comfortable.
Can't
So
get too
guess what? The Lord came in, tapped me on my shoulder, and he said, stay here if you want to. Watch how hard I make it for you.
Right.
I said, Lord, give me till August. I'm done. I'm finished. I ain't coming back. I resigned that August. I've been full-fledged with my salon, and really just trying to get back to the youth and you know, do some things in the community. But with the attitude that I have and the mouth that I have, I know I'm here to speak up for other people.
Right.
So now I really just want to go. I mean, I have the salon and I have the nonprofit. So we really just want to help people. We want to bring things to this community that this community has never seen because
Shed light.
I can take stuff anywhere and make it work. I can go to any city and take whatever we got going on, but I want Longs, Loris, Poplar, Wampee, Little River kids to see we have greatness here.
Right.
You gotta go.
That's dope.
We live on the ocean. Why I got to take this somewhere else?
Right. For real.
Why do you have to move from where you was born and raised to make it happen? You can make it happen right here.
Right.
So don't be fooled into thinking other cities are better than what you have going on here.
10 times harder, really.
We
Because
can make it here. We can make it here.
Especially with unity.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unity
But that's the whole thing of the mindset. We got to change the whole mindset of how people think.
Right.
I agree. Yeah. So touch on the Riley Foundation.
The Riley Foundation is up and moving, baby. We got our 501c3. October 2019, we were verified. We completed everything with the IRS. We are an official registered charity with the IRS.
That's dope.
Which means everything that you donate to our organization is tax exempt. Which means everything you give to us, you can write off on your taxes.
All money in.
Right.
We really we support, we educate, we advocate, and we support those affected by sickle cell disease. If you guys don't know what sickle cell disease is, it is the most common genetic disorder, not in this country, in the world.
Wow.
But 90 to 95% are only African Americans that have it.
That's great because I know when we went and did physicals and stuff, as far as like when we played sports in high school, they always act like you got to do the sickles, and then it'd be like because they like you said they only tell the black kids or the African Americans athletes that they got to do the sickle cells. Yeah. Like the white kids never have to do that, and I never knew that it was just because 95% of that disease. I mean, 95% of the people that have the disease I never knew that. That's crazy.
And another thing too is with this disease, it does affect, like Hispanics can have it. Other cultures with some kind of African American descent, they can have it. Right. But it predominantly affects the African American people. But for the past 25 years, DHEC has tested every newborn, black, white, blue, or purple. So every newborn in the United States has been tested. So people should know whether you carry the trait or whether you have the sickle cell disease. Now, sickle cell trait, I carry. I never knew I was a carrier.
Wow.
His dad never knew he was a carrier until we had him, and he had the full disease. Wow. So both parents have to be carriers of the trait in order for the children to have it. So my thing, and I say this all the time, knowing your sickle cell status is more important than knowing your HIV status, to me. Because HIV, you catch it. You're not born with it.
Right.
Okay? So if you have sickle cell trait, like my daughter has sickle cell trait, but her dad was tested before we had her, so I knew I didn't have any chance of her having the disease.
Right.
Okay. So if you have the trait, it's very important for you to be careful who you have children with. Because that's the only way your children can get it is if you get with somebody that has either the sickle cell disease or the sickle cell trait. So knowing your status is very important. If you guys don't know, then you can always get tested. You can have your family doctors to test you. Like I just had my niece tested because I wanted to know if she had the trait because she started having some side effects.
Now, so is this something like you say so you're born with this, or this is something you could get later on in life?
No,
or?
sickle cell, you're born with it. You get it from your parents. It's a genetic disorder.
So because I was just wanting to figure out. So like I know when we used to get physical and stuff when we played sports, they used to, so if I didn't have it then, I'm not gonna have it now.
No.
Okay, I just want to make
Yeah, they might ask you if you had it when you was younger.
Okay, I just want to make sure like it wasn't nothing that could kind of creep up on you in life, or like a diabetes type of thing.
No, but I'm gonna be honest with you. They were misdiagnosing a lot of people. I just got a phone call like this week where a guy is like 47. They had him thinking that he had rheumatoid arthritis this whole time because he had to go in and have a hip replacement. He had it's called AVS, avascular necrosis, which is what Tyquell had when he had to have his hip replaced. He went in to have the surgery, and the people asked him, "Did you know you have sickle cell disease?"
That's wild.
He thought he had arthritis this entire time.
That's wild. That's crazy.
So the thing is with sickle cell, it used to only be 3 types when I first had him. Now it's like 6 or 7 different types. A lot of them are less evasive than the one he has SS, which is the worst type you can have. But this guy found out he's like 45, 46. And just found out he had sickle cell disease.
That's so. When you did the research, like, did you ever figure out why, as far as like, it was predominantly African Americans that was born with this disease, or is it just kind of?
I hate to just throw off stuff that I just kind of think in my own head. But I had a student teacher that I was working with, and the stuff that she described to me that she went through was the exact same things my son went through, but she was of a different background, a different ethnicity. Yeah, okay. So I'm thinking that other people get it, but it's called something different. And Lord knows I hate to say that, and I know some people probably going to ride my back for it, and people in the medical field, but it just is what it is.
Right.
You're having the same exact effects. You're having the same exact hospitalization times. You're having to get blood transfusions, blood exchanges. You're going through the same things that he's going through, but you're not African-American and they call it something different.
That's wild. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, that is...
That is crazy.
Yeah, but it makes sense.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, with me, you're going to get what you get. And when I go into these medical facilities, that's what they don't like, because a spade is a spade to me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And these people, it's a human right to receive health care.
Right.
And adequate health care.
Right.
They don't receive that. So that's why I created this group, this organization, because these people get treated so bad, especially as adults. They think they're all drug seekers. When they go in a hospital, they're not shot, they're not stabbed, they're not bleeding, but they're hollering and screaming in pain. They think they're faking it. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see how these people get treated.
That's crazy.
And if you don't have anybody there to advocate for you, you're in trouble. I've had grown men call me crying in the bed because they were not receiving their pain medications like they were supposed to. So this is a necessity. It affects me daily. I have people calling me every day, all day, that are not receiving the proper health care, the proper medications. They don't have the funds to get back and forth to the doctors because we don't have a doctor here.
That's crazy.
Just for sickle cell.
Yeah. So what type of things do the Riley Foundation do as far as like with the sickle cell? Like what type of different things do you guys do?
First of all, the main thing that we do is we advocate. And we educate. We educate people on what sickle cell disease is. We educate people on what sickle cell does to the body. It breaks your body down. My son has kidney disease. He was diagnosed at 17 with kidney disease. Because the cells affect every major part of your body. Blood is flowing everywhere.
So what is the actual disease? Like, what does it do to your body?
The actual disease, okay, people that do not have sickle cell disease, their blood cells are shaped round. So they flow smoothly through the vessels and through the veins. With sickle cell disease, the majority of depending on what type of sickle cell they have, their cells are shaped like crescent moons. So when they're shaped like crescent moons, they aren't able to flow smoothly through the vessel, so they get caught up. Once they get caught up and they stop the oxygen from getting to certain parts of your body, it causes severe pain. It causes bone loss. It causes muscle loss. And you're in crisis for weeks. I've stayed at the hospital, I want to say about 45 days one time with my son.
That's crazy.
It couldn't walk. It'll stop me from walking. It will shut your whole body down.
And I can imagine like the hospital bills that just accumulate on top of that. That's crazy.
And just to think about, we're going to lobby because they make disability so hard. To get disability for someone that has sickle cell disease is ridiculous. So I do that now too because I got my sons approved.
It's a part of the foundation.
Yeah. It's a part of the foundation.
Okay.
So we go in and I'm not an attorney at all. Don't get me wrong, but the judge thought I was. Because it's not what you, I mean, you do your research. You can be anybody you want to be that day. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm a mama. I told them I'm a mama and I'm an advocate. And I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make sure that these people get what they deserve. Right. It's not you giving them nothing. They didn't ask for this disease. They were born with it.
Right.
You know, and we always talk about cancer this, cancer that. Okay. I completely understand. I'm empathetic to the families of people that have cancer. Sickle cell is a cancer you're born with. My son takes chemotherapy pills 4 a day. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a blood cancer that you are born with. This is nothing that you just catch when you're 40 or you get when you're 20 or 25. You're born with this.
That's crazy. Yeah. You saw that camera?
You said that one went off? Back to this game that I never left. Little technical difficulties,
man. You know, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm low, bro.
But yeah, we back at it.
Back at it like we never left. Smooth.
So, tell us about the events that you have for the Raleigh Foundation. Well, as far as that's coming up, the ones previous and the one that's coming up in May.
In May. Okay, well, I actually, since COVID had came in, the organization has been established since October 2019, but we really haven't done a whole lot. Everything that I've done since then, I've kind of done it on my own. I've done it at my own pocket. Now, I went to meet with my mentor in January, so we are in full effect now. We have our board members, we have our bylaws, we are in full operation. We are bringing stuff to the city. We bringing the city out. We representing for our people that are affected by sickle cell. But not only are we doing that, we are educating our community on what's really going on around us.
Everybody aware.
Making people aware. One thing, we have an event coming up May the 6th. It's the first annual Rep Your City Kickball Classic. Let me tell y'all something. This event gonna be epic.
It's gonna be epic. I'm telling you.
The first team that registered with me was from James Island in Charleston. Okay. The other day I just had a team from Greenville to register. Nice. And I have a team from Lugoff. I think that's like near
Lugoff,
Columbia.
Columbia.
So we have a team coming from there. We have a lot of local teams. Shout out to all my sponsors, the Trenches,
yes,
Kingz to the City.
Yes, sir.
LA Elite Pressure. I'm not even going to call everybody out. Y'all know who y'all are. The vendors know who they are. We got to shout out C&G. The Turkey Wing King going to be there frying up them turkey wings at the event. But what's most important to us, and one thing that we don't do as African Americans and we're not taught to do, is donate blood.
Yeah.
My son was on life support at the age of 16. The only thing that brought him off of life support was a blood exchange, not a blood transfusion, a blood exchange, which means they go in and they remove all the sickle cell blood and they put in new blood. So he had to have 16 pints of blood at that time. It's very hard to match sickle cell patients with blood because of the structure of their blood and what they deal with, and because they have to have this stuff done so often, it's hard. But when we get African Americans to donate blood, it's a better match.
Right.
Yeah. I think we might only be about 30% of the donors, if that.
Wow.
Okay. So Red Cross is going to be there. So I need you guys. I just received all the information today with the flyers and the links about 6:00. So I haven't posted them yet. But we need you guys to go on, sign up, donate blood. You can save the life of someone in your own community and you don't even know it. Your body is reproducing blood every day. So for you to give a pint of blood is nothing.
Right.
You know, you can save somebody's life with that. Like we really, this is the most important thing that we do with organization is the blood registry and the bone marrow registry. Okay. So next is called Be the Match. That is the National Blood Marrow Registry for the United States. I hate to say this because I haven't spoken with the family, but it's a young lady that was in Lourdes. She's been in the hospital for months waiting on a bone marrow match. She has blood cancer.
Bone marrow.
Bone marrow.
What's that?
Lord have mercy. It's where your body produces the blood. So your marrow is where your blood is produced. So what they'll go in and do is they'll remove some of your marrow and put it into the other person, and they'll start producing regular blood cells instead of sickle blood cells.
Okay.
But you have to find a complete match. Like my son has been on the registry. He's been on the list for 3 years waiting on a match.
So now, when you do, I don't want to cut. I mean to cut you off, but when you do this, is that the cure of it, or is it?
It can completely cure them.
Okay, that's dope. That's amazing.
It is the only cure for sickle cell disease right now.
Wow. Okay, that's amazing.
So, be the match. We're doing the training April 15th. If you guys want to be a volunteer, if you want to be there and be on the Be the Match team and get certified, it's a great thing to show on your resumes. We have students that are in high school that want to go to college for the health field. It would be a great thing to put on your resume to show that you are certified with Be the Match. So you can go anywhere and set up a table and do swabbing. Because Be the Match, when you do a bone marrow and you get added to the registry, all you do is a swab, like a DNA test. Right. It's nothing hard. And it's 18 to 40. That's what ages we're looking for, 18 to 40. The younger, the better. They bounce back. And another thing I want to address, too, is in our ethnic background, in our culture, we're taught that bone marrow is a very painful thing to do. If you go back and look at our live we did with the network, I had all the doctors from MUSC. I had a doctor that does the transplants on this live, and she described exactly how it's done. So it's not a very painful procedure for the person that's donating. It's not a long time downtime. And you can save somebody's life. Like, this could be life-changing for someone.
Yeah, for real.
And we are African Americans are only 3% of the bone marrow registry.
Wow.
And we are more likely to match with somebody of the same ethnic background. So this is what I'm really working on. Like, I really, really want people to sign up.
We are
the
answer.
Yeah.
We the answers.
We the answers, right. We the answers to our own problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
So if you had someone out here that wanted to actually participate in the foundation, participate in everything that you had going on, where could they sign up? Where can they find you? Social medias, websites, anything.
Okay, we are online with the RaleighFoundation.com. We're on social media. Facebook is the Raleigh Foundation for Sickle Cell Disease. Instagram, my son just did this, is Raleigh Foundation _ on Instagram. My email address is s.riley5290@gmail. So if you guys want to volunteer, if you want to sign up, if you want the links to where you can go register to get your appointment time for donating blood, if you want to go and register for Be the Match, we have the QR codes for that. We have the QR codes for everything now. So we up and running. We ready.
Yep, rocking and rolling.
We ready. And this event, we got DJs. I mean, so many people has reached out to me. Like, it's just been mind blowing just knowing the people, not even just local. Now, I appreciate my local support, but these people that's coming from outside that don't know me from a can of paint or know us, they ready to come in and rock with us.
That's dope, man.
This event is an all-day event. The first game kicks off at 12 p.m. We rocking all day. We got the DJs. We got the bouncy houses. Bring the kids out. Bring your tents. Bring your chairs. And we vibing all day. Red Cross is going to be there with their blood mobile. We're going to have vendors with all kinds of stuff, all kinds of food. And we just want everybody to come out and have a good time. We're going to really get the city jumping.
You know, we on one of the teams. You know, we on one of the teams now.
Oh.
Yeah, get your tennis shoes and lace stuff.
Because we play to win.
Don't come too cute now. We ain't trying to be cute this day. We trying to have a good time and turn up for the city.
We're going to rock and roll.
For sure.
Hopefully, some funnel cakes or something like that. I love me a good funnel cake.
Let me see if I can find somebody. Let me get on. Hey, I'm going to the food truck show. Matter of fact, tomorrow and pass out to the vendors. I'm going to get a flyer.
We should put out announcements just for everybody in the city.
The food truck festival.
Food truck festival.
Yeah,
man.
By the time this come out, the food truck festival will be done. Be over. It's next week.
But I think
it's this weekend. It starts
this
tomorrow.
weekend. But this episode will come out the next Thursday.
Yeah.
So I remember Offset. You was talking about you just did a. I don't know if you can share this or anything, but you was talking about you did a meeting with Pfizer.
I did.
How was that? Like, I mean, because we know that from, like you said, the COVID-19 vaccine. Yeah. That's what we know about Pfizer. You know, so kind of what you got in the work? Can you talk about it, or that's kind of in the cut?
Well, thanks to Kim Wilson.
Shout out Kim.
Shout out to Kim. I'm gonna tell y'all something. When you do right by people, people gonna always remember that. And I've never done anything out the way for her or whatever, but she knows what I stand for, and she knows what we are doing here. And she linked us with somebody from Pfizer. So we had a phone call with Pfizer today. So we doing some big things over here.
Big things coming.
Y'all get on this train and you're going to get left, baby. I'm telling you. we doing some amazing things over here. But it's a few things that I did want to clear up about the event, because people were telling me that they thought it was a fee and I don't know where they get this from. Mm-hmm. The event is completely free. The only donations that we have is from the players that are playing kickball. Everybody does not have to play kickball. You come out, bring your kids. We just want to see y'all faces. We want to get this information out. It's no fee. It's free.
Just come.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay anything. Now, we will have a lot of food vendors. We have a lot of other vendors that are going to be set up there. We'll be at the concession stand, the Raleigh Foundation, so come support us. But we got to support all these other local vendors as well. And I know it's a lot of events that are going on that weekend, but guess what? Next year, y'all better block them off, baby. It's gonna be a 2-day event next year.
Ooh.
Because I'm telling y'all, we got so many people calling about doing things, and we can only do 8 because we only have it for 1 day. Right. Next year, I got a feeling it's gonna be a 2-day event.
Oh yeah. So
it's gonna be much bigger, much better, and all weekend we just gonna have a good time. We're gonna represent for the city. It was something else I was supposed to share. What was it? Things that I was just really trying to clear up about the event. And I can't even remember.
It'll come back to you.
I tell you. I'm going to get it together.
It'll come back to you.
It's past my bedtime. Y'all got me out late.
So I got a question for you. So what's your message to the youth?
If you can think it or you can dream it, you can do it.
That's real. That's real.
Don't let people get in your ear. Don't stop what you want to do because you don't think that other people will approve it. I done been through 1,000 no's before I got to that one yes that was meant for me.
That's all it takes is one.
All it takes
is one. So don't get discerned or discouraged or lose your umph because somebody told you no. All people can say is yes or no.
Right.
Keep it moving. Don't stop. Whatever you want to do, if it's meant for you, it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Right.
If it's meant for you, it's going to happen.
like you said, our story already wrote.
Yeah.
Our story already wrote.
That's right.
Now, for real, that's definitely some great advice to the youth, man. Chase your dreams, man. Like
Chase your dreams, but stop sitting around waiting for somebody to give you something. We don't owe you nothing. The world doesn't owe you anything. Right. And that's what I'm seeing. Even when I worked at the high school level, kids feel entitled.
Yeah.
Obligated.
They do.
Because, we paint this fake picture of obligations.
And because we've made it so easy for them as parents because we want them to have everything we didn't have.
Right.
But that's not life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have some get up and go about yourself. I ain't rich, baby. You better, we going to make it together.
We're going to shake.
It wasn't nothing handed to me. Everything I got, I worked for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing, and I really want the youth to understand. Nobody owes you nothing.
Right.
Your parents don't have to do nothing but feed you, keep a roof over your head, and you don't have to have Jordans. You don't have to have Nike.
That's real.
They don't have to provide you with any of that.
Right.
That's a bonus.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the icing on the cake.
So be grateful. You understand what I'm saying?
Clothes in general. It's other areas or countries that really got the real slums.
Right.
We got ghettos, but they got slums.
Real deal slums. Dirt flows.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, for real, seriously.
Like, seriously. And, like, even Goodwill. People don't understand the stuff that Goodwill does not sell. They box up, and they send it to countries like that.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. The stuff that they don't sell in their stores, like, they mark stuff with different color tags every day. And if that stuff is not moved by a certain time, they have somebody pulling it off the rack, and they put it in these boxes, and they send it to countries for people that don't have anything. Dope. You understand what I'm saying? So these kids need to understand, baby,
you got it good.
Ain't nothing given to you.
Right. Got it good.
You have to go get it. Education is key. And I'm not even going to lie to you. I wish I would have taken it more seriously when I was in school. But another thing I'm going to bring up, too, is mental health.
Yeah. I want you.
That's big.
Aren't you having mental health advocates
at
the event as well?
I have reached out to several mental health facilities, mental health counselors, and groups and organizations. I'm waiting to hear back from a few because they already had a lot of them had already had events planned already, but they are trying to get tables there because mental health is really, really big for me, not just for sickle cell, but for our culture as a whole.
For real.
I'm 42, about to be 43 years old. Lord have mercy, I said it out loud. But I was just diagnosed through a therapist with having chronic PTSD, chronic anxiety, and ADHD.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't want your child to be 43 years old and finding it out. You want your child to know this at a very early age, and if they need medication, baby, they need to get it.
Right.
Now I sit back and I wonder all the time, if I would have been on the medications that I needed back when I was in school, how much further I would have been.
Right. Right.
Like, we don't want to talk about these things. We don't want to discuss mental health. We don't want, well, my child ain't taking no medicine. Well, guess what? They're going to end up in jail or dead. They're not going to function properly in school because they can't focus in the classroom. Okay?
That's real.
That
Put them off.
That was
They're
my
try
issue.
to put you off.
That's real.
And I'm going to tell you, I acted up a lot of the times because I was called on to do something in the class and I was embarrassed. So guess what I did? Because I didn't want to be embarrassed, but I act up. So I get kicked out of class.
Right.
So mental health brings on behavior issues because they're trying to cope and they're trying to hide it from their peers.
Not seriously.
Like, serious.
I think like you said, like a lot of these kids, man, they going home to different realities.
Absolutely.
Like totally different realities, man.
Absolutely.
And if you don't think your home life affects how that kid is thinking, how they're seeing things, how they're interacting with teachers, kids, doing their work, that's huge. Yeah. It's a whole different ballgame when you got a kid that's going home to a 2-parent household, everything is good, getting what they want, ain't worrying about no bills fit, and then you got this one kid that's going home, he don't know his mom at, is getting raised by his grandma. You know what I mean? It's
outside,
like
different little
like
things.
you don't like small stuff
but
like
get
that.
this, I had a student that would walk the streets all night looking for his mama.
That's wild.
His sister was already put away into a mental institution.
Wow.
His mama was in the streets. He didn't have nobody else. So when he came to school the next day, he was hungry. He was tired. You think I'm getting ready to write him up and write him off because he come to school? That boy been walking the streets all night looking for his mama. And that's another thing with the schools. Kids, a lot of them don't act up just to be acting up.
Right.
We don't even have the people in the schools to work on this. Guidance counselors are so busy working with test scores now, they can't even counsel
what they do is they pull out these rules and they pull out this and they try to do that, and then they look at the child and let me see what I can do as far as this. Not let me think if this was my child or if this is my relative, what I do.
Because they've never seen it. If you've never seen it, you never lived it, it affects you totally different. Like even with sickle cell.
It looks foreign.
If you have not lived with the fact that your child can wake up in the middle of the night hollering and screaming, not able to walk, you will never know what I've been through. Right. You really can't even comprehend. Right. I can tell you, but you really can't wrap your head around what I dealt with, the emotions that I went through. So it's the same thing, and I guess that's why I was so empathetic to a lot of the kids that I dealt with, because I come from I done seen it all.
Came from all walks of life.
I done seen it all.
And that's how it be, like you said. Like, so you have the same teacher that grew up in a great home life at home, and when they were students, they looking at the same kids when they were students. They looking at the same peers and like, what's wrong with him? Why he act like that? And now they get teachers, they looking at these same kids like that, not knowing, like you said, your home life is totally different than
you can't write nobody off. Right. You can't write them off, and that's a major issue in the school system right now is. They don't know what to do. And I understand they don't get paid a lot of money. It's a lot to deal with working in the school system because these kids can get real disrespectful, but I haven't had that issue. I never had that issue. Right. Because I was relatable. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not better than you. Right. I don't think I'm better than you, and I'm not going to treat you like I'm better than you. Now, I never had the issue with getting disrespected.
Yeah, me either. Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, me either. You know, so I taught for 2 years.
It hits different when they can relate with you. Mm-hmm.
Because you understand, you like, man, I know why you acting like, man, boy, pull your pants up.
Right.
I'm not about to write you up. I know why you doing that. I know exactly where all that come from because, hell, I've been there. Right. Well, pull your damn pants up and get right. That's right. I'm not about to write you up because you got your, you know what I mean?
You need somebody to talk to you, tell you something good.
But you don't realize, like, I was just seeing, I'm not going to call her name or anything, And not nothing bad, but I seen her post something on Facebook, and she was like, how in the hell y'all giving kids ISS for sleeping in class? Like, because what you don't realize is, hell, 3 ISSs, they trying to see the alternative school. One of your ISSs you got for sleeping. Another one because you took some chips from the classroom. Bro. Like, these are not. But then now that third ISS, now you sending the kids to alternative school. He think he a bad kid. Bro, you was tired as hell, so you was asleep. You was hungry, you had some chips. Like, they literally giving you ISS
get down
for
to
these,
the root
bro.
of the problem.
And that's the thing.
We tend to be.
They don't have anybody in the schools that can do that.
We're not reactive. We being reactive, not proactive.
For real, bro. That shit real.
I've seen it. I have seen it, and it's heartbreaking because you know that some of these kids go home and they don't have lights, or they don't have food, or like when you literally know these kids and know what they're dealing with, and that's why I couldn't stay there. I really couldn't stay in the school system because I'm not one
save
to,
everybody.
I'm not the one to sit back and bite my tongue.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I want a lot of parents to understand too. My mama knew what I would do. My mama knew what I was capable of in school. If a teacher called her and said I done cussed her out or I was disrespectful, oh, she did it.
Right.
But there's certain things you couldn't call my mama and tell her. And I always told my mama the truth about everything that happened. Like, if I did it, I did it. Right. And she knew that. But it's a different world now.
It's a different world in that school, man. Like, stuff will rub you the wrong way. Like, that's one of the things I couldn't stand in school. Like, you might be sitting there talking, and you might want to do one of the teachers going, they talking to you. They think they just talking regular as hell. Look at her. She's ratchet. Like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That little stuff like that be rubbing you the wrong way.
Right.
Like,
Right.
You mean, like, she rat? You know what I mean? Like, just little stuff like that, man. Like, just because she, you know what I'm saying? Just because.
Yeah.
But I also want parents to know that their kids can be provoked. Also,
yes,
I've seen
teachers,
it.
Definitely.
I've seen it. I've seen educators provoke children and then write them up. So my thing to parents is know your child.
Right.
Get a relationship with your child. Build a relationship, and let them know that you can. If you can't trust nobody else, you can trust me. Like if any teacher ever said my child did something in school, oh yeah. Okay, if you say they did that, yeah, they did it.
Yeah.
But one day the teacher called me and she said my son said something about he didn't care if she called me. Now I know that was a lie.
Right.
Because I show out where he show out. So come to find out, she was a mind reader. She was psychic. She could read his mind because she said that's what he was thinking.
Right.
Oh.
So you're not finna tell me like y'all better. And I'm not saying these kids are perfect because by far a lot of them are not. But
they got a brain.
we need to work on them.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of them are doing stuff that they don't have to do, stupid stuff. And we need to talk to them. You know, we need to get more stuff for them to do and better people for them to look up to.
Right.
Besides the dope dealers.
Right.
Or, you know.
To more better inspiration. That's
Yeah.
why, because kids, they inspired by that. It's not necessarily they're inspired.
They like the lifestyle.
Right. They like the lifestyle.
That's
so,
what it is.
and that's one of the biggest things that we preach. We that's why we do what we do. That's why we go try to get the nicer cars and try to dress nice so we can show them like, hey, you can still do this
and
stuff.
not do none of that. What you think, you know what I'm saying? What
Right.
you've been enticed to.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge is power. And I'm just gonna put whether you don't even have to go to college to be smart. But the more you and I tell people all the time, college is everything. I mean, I enjoyed it. When I went, it was the best years of my life. I met some of the best people. I connected with a lot of people, but everybody is not college material. And I make more money with my certification as a cosmetologist than I do with my other degrees.
Right.
So you don't have to go to college to be successful. That's what I want people to understand. But I really want to promote trade schools. They need to get more trade schools here.
And high schools.
In high schools. Do more certifications because these HVAC people eating.
Yeah, we had a
HVAC,
we had
plumbers,
Yes.
electricians.
We had a tap man. He was here on the last weekend. And he was like, he'll tell you skill over a job any day.
Yes,
'Cause
absolutely.
that's something they can't
Everybody,
take over you. That's something you can't take it from
Yeah, I
them.
mean,
Absolutely.
you can go to real estate school, like you said. You can go to real estate school probably like right at somewhere around $1,000, and you could become a very successful real estate agent. Or even if you don't even become very, very, very successful, you can make a nice, good living off being a real estate agent. Something that costs you less than $1,000. Or you can go down here to this 4-year school here, pay $30,000 a year semester at some of them, come out of this school with debt, and they talking about, oh shit, we got you a job, you making $38,000 a year.
That part.
Huh? Y'all so you know what I'm saying? You really setting kids up for failure, man. Like same thing like you said. Same thing like you said, like with something that I paid less than $500 for, which is an insurance license, I'm making way more money than education from Coastal. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what my degree at.
I don't even want to talk
can't tell you where it's at, bro.
Student loans. My God, I want to shoot myself every time I think about it.
Yeah, that's another conversation.
I don't even know, man. Listen, I don't even know what my degree at right now. I can't tell you where it's at. But when I click that button on that phone, that bank account, I know what that's talking about.
Okay.
You feel me?
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, just trades, man. Don't always think trades is, but a lot of times when these kids come out of high school and people throwing trades on them, they thinking that's a bad thing. Oh, no, I got to go to school. And
because we're trained.
Yep.
They train
brainwashed.
us. They train us to think that college is the only way to be successful.
Right.
It absolutely is not.
At all.
If all your friends doing it, you know what I'm saying, all your friends with this, you know what I'm saying, with this nomenclature, if all them over they doing it, then you gotta go follow more. You feel indifferent.
Right.
You feel like you left out.
And indifferent is good. But you don't realize that different good till later on in life. Right.
Until you've matured. Absolutely.
Right.
For sure.
Because some kids, they be the first ones to graduate high school.
Right.
We still got that. Some first kids graduate high school, first to graduate college and stuff of that nature.
And like you said, and what I think it really is, man, like really the school curriculum is really not it's really not a good what's the word I'm looking for? It's not really not inducive to life. It's not really to help you.
Yeah.
Like
it doesn't correlate with real life situations.
You went through your whole life thinking you way better than me because you can recite every damn everything on the periodic table and you know how to do linear equations but hell, this man right here, you done went to school and there that this man right here graduated. Like you say, started him a lawn care business. By the time you graduated college 5 years later, this man making 6 figures.
Okay.
Man.
And you think you better than him because hell, you know
in debt.
You know what I mean? You know how to solve a linear equation.
But guess what? You got a master's degree and can't even find a job.
Right.
I've worked with several substitutes come in my room. And they can't find a job. They're overqualified.
Yeah, you can't even get hired if you're overqualified.
Can't even get hired.
That's true. They won't even hire if you got a degree. You just trying to get you some cho-cho. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. That's crazy.
So we really have to reprogram our children to know that it's all a setup, honestly.
It really is.
It really is. It's all a setup. If you can get into college and get a full ride, go. Go for it.
Right.
But the majority of the people, that's not going to happen.
At like an early age, I was like, I need to go to the military. If I'm not going, if I go to college, they got to pay for it, or I'm going to the military.
But guess
what? I'm
gonna
figure something else out.
Sickle cell patients can't even go into the military. That's not even an option for them. The military won't touch them.
That's crazy.
So
that's automatic disability. Should be
right.
It should be, but guess what? It's not.
As well.
So, okay, you can't go into the military. A lot of the time, they've missed so much of school. Like, I had to do...
Probably got life insurance problems, too. For a life insurance company to
thank the Lord, my mama was smart on that part. As soon as he was born, she had me to put insurance on him. And I've had that policy since he was born. We didn't find out he had sickle cell disease. He was 5 months old. So I had already had it, so they couldn't do anything with it. But any kind of policy I try to get now is ridiculous.
I
know it.
That's good.
It's ridiculous.
I know it is.
So I tell parents all the time now, when you have children, y'all better put some insurance on them. Have
that conversation.
Have that conversation. That's very important because I got a 10-year paid in full policy on both of my kids when they were born, so they're good.
Right.
If their kids can't do nothing else, they can bear them.
Right.
And have a little bit left over too.
Right.
You know, so they have policies, but thank God my mother, I didn't even think about that. But she had already done it. You know what I'm saying? So thank God for that. Shout out to Big May.
Smart lady.
Hey man, we've been going strong for about 45 minutes.
You know, we rapping and rolling and
it's a lot to talk about.
What you say, dodging all rattlesnakes?
Dodging all rattlesnakes and earthquakes.
Yeah, but they are limited on a lot of things. The military will not touch anybody with sickle cell disease.
I didn't know that.
And they can go for months and years with no crisis. It just depends on the person and what type of sickle cell they have, but they won't touch them. They can't even get in.
Smooth. Well, You know, we definitely appreciate you for stopping by. You know, definitely educating us on actually, you know what I'm saying, what sickle cells is and how can it affect us. And like you said, man, a lot of us need to get more involved, man. Like we can save lives, you know.
And we can actually stop this disease. Knowing and educating yourself on it and knowing your status can really, like, it's very important. If you got the trait, you want to be very careful who you have children with.
Right.
So it's not that hard. We can fix this. We can stop it because this is a very painful, debilitating disease. You understand what I'm saying? So to see your child crying in pain for 3 and 4 weeks at a time,
That's crazy.
And no matter what kind of pain medicine they're giving them, it's still not enough.
Can only imagine.
They giving you fentanyl. That's the highest pain medicine you can get. It does nothing for them. Yeah. Until that crisis is moving and that blood is circulating again, they're in pain.
Dang.
So we can stop this. You understand what I'm saying? So
Together.
it's all about education.
Coming together. Do your part, man.
Yeah,
If you feel like you need to do something, that's your part, man. Do your part. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got
Give
their part.
blood. Give them the bone marrow registry. That's what we are really, really pushing, just to really educate our culture on that because we don't do it. We weren't taught. I never knew it was a bone marrow registry.
I did it once in the military. And that's the only time. I was like, man, as far as blood, I was like, they always used to come to the high school and do it. Never did it during high school. And I did it one time in the military.
We don't do it. When I go to them drives, I see everybody but us. When I see them people donating blood and giving blood, I don't see us.
Right.
You know, so.
And all the important stuff, we will never see us.
Yeah, but guess what? That's going to change.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Change.
Changing the narrative. That's what we're about. Change the narrative, man.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate you for coming and giving us some game, dropping some gems.
For sure.
And just keep doing what you're doing. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. And we're going to come together and do great things.
All right, May the 6th.
For sure, May the 6th.
May the 6th.
Make sure y'all come in, get your kickball team together, man. Is sign-ups are still available?
We have 2 slots available.
2 slots available,
Two
man.
slots available.
So get your team together, you know, and come out and play some kickball and come out and eat good and bring your kids and, man, let's have a good time, man.
Dancing. We're going to do a little turn up.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, I'm trying to get some double dutch ropes, too. I'm going to some double dutch ropes. We're going to have all kind of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be dope. That's going to be dope.
We're going to have all kind of stuff going on, yeah.
Hey, man, Kingz to the City, man. Episode 17.
Yes, sir.
Shonuff.
Yes, sir. Yes,
the Raleigh
sir.
Foundation for
Raleigh Foundation.
disease.
And make sure y'all tap in, man. Hey, all the links will be below. All the links will be below for where y'all to tap in, where y'all could donate, where y'all could show support to the Raleigh Foundation. Right. Like my dog say, we definitely appreciate you for stopping in. Anytime you want to stop in, anytime you want to do your thing.
I'm coming back.
Hey, come back.
I love it.
Yeah. Any way we can help.
I love it.
Any way we can help, man.
Okay.
We with it.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Kingz to the City, man. We out here.
I hope you live as long as you want. Never want as long as you live.
All right.
We out.
Yes, sir. Shonuff.